what is best for business.
What? Yes! Yes!
What? Randy Orton slithering.
Watch out! Watch out!
More.
What? Viva la raza!
What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Welcome to episode 3 of Under the Ring, the podcast that will tell you what you want to know, what you need to know, and what you hope to know about the WWE. We bring you news, theories, and reactions to storylines, pay-per-views, and Raws, past and present. I'm your host, Gasper, alongside Matt.
What's up?
Danny.
What's up?
And Vinny.
Hola.
We are 6 days away from Survivor Series, and I have no fucking clue what is going on. The card so far, the main event, the 5-on-5, we got
Super weak card. That's what we have.
the
Yeah.
fatal 4-way tag team championship match, Divas match, Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, and the newly announced female Survivor Series match of Alicia Fox, Natalia, Naomi, and Emma going up against Paige, Cameron, Summer Rae, and Layla.
We have more than one diva match. That's
Put a bullet in my head now, please.
I gotta tell you, you would think that the one pay-per-view that they're like, all right, here it is for free, they would put a little bit more effort into it. Nah, not for this one.
This is what you get for $10 a month. I'm sorry, $9.99.
$9.99 a month, you get garbage.
So we start off Raw with the Authority. Like, I feel like every Raw has been starting off them coming out, and this segment was more like a recap because they were just explaining how the match goes, what the match is about, and how John Cena only has 4 people on their team, this and that. What did you guys think of this segment?
I thought it was okay. I thought H was very good. He was very pumped up for it.
I love it. He's such a dick.
It's H. He plays H very well, and
He did have a hint of concern at one point. He did question it. You know, he said it's a must win, but kind of looked a little like, can we pull this off?
See, I thought at one point he was kind of like getting a little like upset because he's like, oh, this is all we know. This is what we do. And I'm like, and he started stuttering a bit, and then like he paused for a real long. I was like, this motherfucker forgot his lines.
yeah.
That's all I was thinking
Come
about.
on, give Triple H a little credit. The guy, he's a pro. He's never forgotten.
he's going back to his roots, though, which I like about it. He's going back to his roots, which is old Triple H, like classic heel Triple H. Like, he's going to get on the mic, he's going to run it down your throat, and you're going to want to throw something at your TV by end of him speaking for 5 minutes.
I just love the jabs that they keep throwing at WCW.
It's great.
Yeah.
Like it
Over and
matters
over, yeah.
anymore. Like,
we don't want to
we picked them up at the auction down the block.
That's what happens when you let the inmates run the asylum, just like in WCW.
Hey, I
That's
don't
his
know if you
words.
guys know, but WCW was a thing.
Just in case you forgot, you can watch it on the WWE Network
For $9.99.
for free,
For free
Oh,
this month.
Not for long, though. Not for long.
So they introduced Team Authority, this and that. Luke Harper is now part of Team Authority. I didn't see this coming. I don't think anyone saw this coming.
Well, at least we now know for the second week in a row, he's a team player.
Player. So they announced that Dolph Ziggler will be facing Luke Harper in the next segment. Little did we know, it was going to be for the Intercontinental Championship. The bell didn't even ring yet, and J&J Security jumps in the ring, starts beating the crap out of Ziggler. A little lopsided over there. What'd you guys think of this match?
Well, you also forgot Rollins also attacked him
Oh,
with
yeah,
the briefcase
Yep,
before
yep,
anything
yep.
started. And you also had Harper beating him up even before the bell rang. So, I mean, it wasn't really much of a match. More of a beatdown, and we saw a little life out of Ziggler towards some parts.
That super kick to Harper's head was brutal.
Yes.
What I thought was awesome was after the ass kicking that he got in the beginning, before the match even started, he's just screaming, "Ring the bell!"
even stand.
Instant big boot to the face.
I thought he was done right there.
I thought it was over. I really did.
I have to say, how awesome was that powerbomb, though? And he just held on to the leg for the pin. I mean, that was just a beautiful powerbomb.
You know what I like, though? Like, just Ziggler being Ziggler. The fact that he might get the crap beat out of him in the beginning, but like I said, Ziggler being Ziggler, just comes back and just puts on a great show
what I'm saying,
once again.
He's had the title for 2 months about,
Yep.
and he has had more memorable matches than champions.
Yes.
WWE
True.
champion, John Cena, Randy Orton, no matter who it is, and like, holy crap!
I don't
These
know.
are
I
all
don't,
Raw.
I know. No, not even. I don't know if any of you guys saw it, but SmackDown last week, I actually watched SmackDown, and there was an amazing triple threat match for the Intercontinental title between Mr. Dolph Ziggler, Cesaro, and believe it or not, who also put on a hell of a show on that, Tyson Kidd was involved with this.
I
And
heard it was candidate for matches.
it
They've been
really
pushing
was.
him a lot too.
He's the real deal.
It lasted 3 commercial segments. It was a long-ass match, but it was worth it. It was actually a really entertaining match. I thought it was a highlight of SmackDown. I mean, that's what Dolph Ziggler does. And you put him against guys like Cesaro or anyone else, he's going to make them look good.
That man can really sell moves, though.
Yes.
Anything you do to the guy, he sells it 200%.
But he's also a fantastic wrestler.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Of course.
Yes, he
Which
is.
I hope now that Luke Harper is now the Intercontinental Champion, that's going to be an awesome feud. Back and forth, this and that. But I hope it just, like, Harper will retain, and I just hope that now they give Ziggler the extra push
Yeah.
to be in the title, the title hunt. This
See,
and
the
that.
main reason why I really enjoyed them giving the title to him was due to the fact it adds a little more fire to Survivor Series matches.
Absolutely.
Like, all right, you know what? You might hit the authority, Ziggler, but now you have someone on a team who has your title. He has your belt. Something that you fought and clawed for the last few months, and he has it within one night. So now you're going to go after him and fight even harder than you did before, just to knock him out of power. I think that was great.
So we go from an A+ match to Adam Rose versus
Hold
Tyson
on,
Kidd.
sorry.
Yeah, go
Don't forget, we also had Rollins give him the curse stomp right at the end of the match.
Oh,
It
yes,
took
at
him
the
out
end
of
of the match,
commission for, so the whole night we're wondering, is Ziggler going to be healthy? Because
Yeah.
they announced officially that Sheamus is no longer in the match,
Well,
and he's hurt.
that's because
so
it
therefore,
was later on in the night.
But, you now know that we don't, is it only really right now Cena, Big Show, and Ziggler? Or is he on his own?
So we move on to Adam Rose versus Tyson Kidd.
Before that, though, did anyone catch the sweet grumpy cat
Oh,
segment?
I
My
was
God,
hoping we
wasn't
could
that
skip it.
worth the time?
I will admit,
Jesus.
I laughed a little bit when they did the close-up of the cat's face, and he's just staring at the camera, and I'm just like, well, this is what WWE has come down to? We got a fucking cat as a guest,
Guess who?
and next week we have Larry the Cable Guy.
Woo!
Racking it up, WWE, racking it up.
Fantastic. Yeah, this whole bit was absolutely stupid.
I was just hoping we weren't
So
going to talk about it. I was kind
I
of
have
you have to.
put it under the mattress or something. Just hide it.
Sweep it under the rug. Nothing's ever happened. You've seen nothing. Adam Rose versus Tyson Kidd. I honestly think this is going to be a kickoff match. Adam Rose versus the Bunny.
I hope so. As long as it's not on the pay-per-view, I'm okay with that.
I mean, who knows? We only have, 6 matches on the card. You never know. But my favorite part of this match was Jerry the King Lawler saying, we got a bunny, we got a grumpy cat, and maybe next week we'll get some puppies. Love it. It's great. Fantastic.
Good old King.
I love it. I love that they actually let him say that. This match was...
You weren't focusing on the match at all.
It was more
that's
on the
problem.
bunny.
You were on the bunny.
Flirting
bunny
with
with
Natalia
Natalia,
outside, and then when he gets back in the ring to help up Adam Rose, and he starts humping him,
Yeah.
it's just nature, guys. JBL loves it.
It was so funny to see that, but if they're really gonna make if they're saying that Darren Young is the bunny, what a way to make the only like openly gay guy
A joke.
a joke by humping Adam Rose. And then 10 minutes after he goes up the ramp just starts air humping until they cut away. That's all they were doing, just air humping
I
until
really
it cuts
hope
away.
it's not. I hope it's someone better or like
It was fun. I was reading rumors that people actually think it's Darren Young. And I just, that's just terrible taste, in my opinion. If it is Darren Young, I mean...
It is what it is.
It couldn't, it could be anybody in that suit, and then that night that they decide to reveal who's in the suit, could be anybody.
True.
So, like, if it's Darren Young, you're going to think it's Darren Young all the time, and you're going to be like, wow, that's really distasteful. Like, just, he's humping Adam Rose in the middle of the ring. Like, the only gay active superstar, and they're, like, it's just, I don't want to go there.
Well, the thing is, they've been putting so many rumors of different superstars. Like, Zack Ryder was in it one week, then Darren Young. I mean, they've just been doing so many different rumors flying around. Who's
It's
in the
actually
bunny.
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan can't flip. Especially now after his neck surgery. Come on. I'm so sick of the whole bunny thing. And
It's getting old.
Like, Adam Rose is a pretty decent wrestler.
They don't let him wrestle, though. His matches are
They
5
rush
minutes.
through all his matches just to get to the shenanigans that involve the bunny after the match, and I hate it. Like, I'm watching World Wrestling Entertainment for wrestling.
Yep.
Obviously, you have the Grumpy Cat, this and that, Larry the Tool Guy, whatever his name is. They got to be there for this and that, but it's wrestling. I want to see wrestling. I'm here for wrestling. I guess that's why people are now watching Superstars and Main Event, and even SmackDown. SmackDown's been doing pretty well. Bray Wyatt comes out to cut a promo.
Great promo.
Fantastic promo. I was actually, like, usually he's just rattling on, and I'm like, well, I lost you about, like, 5 minutes ago. But this promo...
Very good.
Very
The man could still talk on the mic.
Yep.
Very happy about that.
Which I'm great that they gave him a break, because I'm thinking about this now. He was missing out of actions for a while, and he came back, and he's just as good as before he left. And, you know...
The only thing that I feel like is they rushed this feud.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Well, I don't know if it's going to end at Survivor Series in mind.
But it's hurting the story.
It is.
Like,
It is.
Like, they threw Dean Ambrose's dad, Dean Ambrose's mom into this, and it's like, you could have saved that for, like, a bigger... I get Survivor Series is one of the big four. But, like,
There was no time invested into it.
There's no
It was just-
storytelling, and I'm
it's
all
like,
about storytelling.
Crap, we have 3 weeks to put in about 3 months worth of stuff.
That's
so
what I'm saying, because, like, when Ambrose faced Rollins, they had months to build upon that feud, and it's just... sparks were flying.
Well, they also had months to build on because they had the whole Shield thing. That's why they had so much to build off of.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, this thing is they have, like, Bray Wyatt, who's missing for a while, and now he's coming back to save everybody. And then it's, like, Dean Ambrose, who had the great feud with Rollins. Now it's just, well, we'll put you against Bray Wyatt because you guys are both great on the mic. So why not?
Well,
Which
at least
Ambrose proved on Monday night with his promo part, too. I mean, that was hilarious. His little magic trick.
Bray Wyatt, run. I loved it.
I just like how now
This is my friend's camera.
it's a little clearer now why Bray Wyatt is going after Ambrose. It's because he wants to save Ambrose from his own inner pain. And I think, it's okay, but I think Wyatt will go deeper and deeper because God only knows who's going to win this. I think this feud's going to go past Survivor Series.
yeah.
I could see it being a pretty decent match.
I see Bray Wyatt winning just for one reason. For some reason, they never give Ambrose a win in a pay-per-view. It's almost like every pay-per-view the guy's in, it's an automatic loss.
But I see...
outside of the Shield days, obviously.
I feel like Dean Ambrose doesn't need to win necessarily.
No.
Like, I would like to see him win, but, like, he's the underdog, and everyone's going to love Dean Ambrose right now because he's one of the top superstars right now, no matter who he's up against. Ryback versus Cesaro.
Great match.
Holy crap.
Can I say something before the match started?
Go ahead.
How much is Ryback looking like Goldberg every single time he comes
Yeah.
out? The
Thank
belt.
God you said that because it's pissing me off that everyone in the crowd is calling him Goldberg.
He is at this way. He's wearing the weight belt again.
The hat. I mean, come on now.
No.
The bald head.
Ryback
Well, I don't know if he controls the bald head. He might actually be balding. I mean, you don't know that.
Well, I mean,
Ryback-
besides that, though, he has the look of it, though. He's a big
Ryback
guy.
is Ryback. Okay? He's not Goldberg.
You know the
The only reason why they were calling him Goldberg is because when he first came up, he was mowing down everybody.
Well, that's what I was going to say. But it wasn't like he was just mowing down everybody. It was mowing down the hot dog vendor. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he was beating up great superstars. Yes, he was beating them 2, 3 at a time, but it was like guys who you don't even know who they are.
You leave the three-man band alone, okay? Everyone knows who they are.
I saw them live.
Outside of them.
Damn it.
Outside of them.
I hate it. I hate that people are still trying to chant Goldberg to him. Like, This guy's an established superstar.
However, he did almost pull off a Goldberg move. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I thought he was
He's
going
been
for
doing that for a while.
Oh,
I thought he
Almost?
was going for the jackhammer. When I first saw it, I was like, no, don't do the...
There was a house show where we actually did the jackhammer.
That's hilarious.
Just because
I wonder how it went over.
at
Seriously.
house shows, everything's made up and the points don't matter.
That's true.
This match was awesome. I was actually really surprised on how awesome this was.
The beginning of the match, Cesaro looked like a little bitch.
Yeah.
That's he was just getting manhandled, and I thought it was just going to be another part of his punishment from the WWE for saying what he said. I thought it was going to be a squash match from the beginning, just because of how bad he looked. But then he completely turned it around with all those friggin' suplexes to him. And,
Not only that, that power bomb when Ryback was on top of the turnbuckle giving him the 10 punch, that power bomb again was just wow.
Brutal.
And that just shows you how strong Cesaro really is. I mean, Ryback's not a small guy, 300-pound plus solid muscle guy, and he held him up there. It wasn't like he just quickly did a power bomb. He brought him to the middle of the ring and he laid him out right there.
Cesaro has lifted some pretty big guys over the last
Apparently,
years.
he's the strongest guy in the WWE.
Pound for pound, they're saying.
Like that's pretty nuts.
The only problem I had with this too is that you could tell those two didn't really have any in-ring chemistry
Chemistry at all.
Yeah.
I agree.
whatsoever. You could tell that both guys were just trying to do the moves that they could do. It felt like Cesaro was carrying the match for almost the entirety of the thing because Ryback was just winded.
Yeah.
Winded.
He's such a big guy, he can't hold up long matches. And that's one of the biggest problems I have with Ryback. I love the big guy, but can he go an hour match with one-on-one? You know what I mean? You put him against someone
That's
like,
why I'm saying
you know...
Survivor Series match. I think he's gonna be fucking dominant. He's gonna be
because he's not going to be in there that much.
Yeah.
He's not going to
exactly. That's the exact reason. He's gonna be so. He's gonna do big time damage, and it's gonna hurt Team Authority. We'll move on to Rusev versus Heath Slater.
No, not Heath Slater versus
Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam / Apollo Creed / Heath
Like
Slater.
I like how someone else picked up on the Rocky reference there. Thank you very much.
Ding, you son of a bitch.
That was awesome. I loved it.
I love how JBL is going with all the Master of Disaster. He's the King of Swing.
And then I think King called him the King of Slam or something like that. Uncle Slam, he called him.
Yes.
After
yeah.
annihilated him. What'd you guys think of this match?
It really wasn't a match.
What match?
It was more entertaining than a
Damn
match.
it, trying to run a podcast here, guys.
It was a beatdown on Slater that lasted all 2 minutes.
That's all Slater's really good for, just to get his face kicked in and wear funny outfits. He's turning into Sandow. Turning into
That's
Sandow.
the first thing I thought when I saw it.
Well, are they going to do what they do with Sandow? Push him up to get something bigger at some point? I don't know.
Who knows? He might be in the Money in the Bank.
God help us all.
Oh, jeez. So, Big Show comes out for a match, and then Steph comes out. You know, she offered him a Hall of Fame spot, this and that, if he quit Team Cena, and he said no. Sheamus walked out. He was, I'm so happy to be on Team Cena, this and that, blah, blah, blah. She makes a match, Show versus Sheamus. And wow, did that escalate quickly.
Yeah.
They were hitting each other hard.
But I mean, they were promised a shot at the WWE title.
Mm-hmm.
A shot at the WWE title. I feel like Steph's just giving those away nowadays. Just like you gonna go against me? Well, you're gonna go into a shot. You're gonna get a shot at the title if you don't go against me.
Well, let me just ask one question. Speaking of the World Heavyweight Championship,
Who?
where is he? I mean, we're going on the champion. I don't even know who it is anymore. I think he works for Paul Heyman, but I'm not sure. I don't know his name. I know he was there at SummerSlam or some. You know, after that I haven't seen him.
Huh.
Talking about The Rock?
The Rock? Yeah,
Rock.
no,
The Rock?
not him. It rhymes with Rock though.
Shit.
Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar.
There
Where
it
is
is.
he? I mean, we don't even hear from Paul Heyman at this point. So,
Well, Paul Heyman will be on the kickoff show.
yes, but my point is,
With Bad News Barrett
yes, thank
He's
God
back.
he's back.
I'm excited for
happy.
that.
Yeah.
and Fandango. go? Where the fuck has he been?
They just said the revamped. That's what they announced was the revamped Fandango. So what does that mean?
About him? Is he now an announcer? Or
Is he not wearing flashy clothes anymore?
No,
Like,
he's now with Rosa. That's how he's.
Oh, is that what it is?
So
And
he's
revamped with-
repackaged,
Oh,
yes.
because he was with Layla and Summer
Rae and other people. But my point is, the World Heavyweight Championship is the most important, prestigious thing in the company, and we don't have a champion. I am getting really sick of this.
No, we have a champion. We have a champion doesn't show up.
Oh, I consider not a champion.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, at least mention it. They don't even talk about the title anymore. It's like the title does not matter at this point.
You're right. I haven't heard them say anything about the title. I think the only reason why they're not mentioning the title is because he's not going to be on Survivor Series.
But again, he's the World Heavyweight Champion. Or is he? I have my own theory on that I would love to see happen, but it will never. We all know, me and you were talking about.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
It will never happen, but I would love it. But
so, what do you guys think about this match of Sheamus Big Show?
entertaining for what it was.
Yeah.
It's
pretty brutal.
It was the first time in a really long time that I was actually entertained by a Big Show match.
I think Sheamus carried it.
But not by, it was kind of the match, but mostly what happened during the match with Rusev and Mark Henry coming out to interfere.
Yeah.
And this match was just physical.
Yes.
They both looked good, and then Henry and Rusev came out, and Henry delivered the World's Strongest Slam to Sheamus on the announce table.
While Big Show gets the accolade in the middle of the ring. Passes
right out. Only to find out later on in the night that Sheamus is not going to be able to wrestle on Sunday due to an undisclosed injury. And God only knows about Big Show.
And we're still wondering about Ziggler. So is
so
Cena
now
by
it's
himself?
just Cena. Just Cena on Team Cena. Nikki Bella versus Brie Bella.
Oh boy.
My
For once,
God.
I am excited to talk about this.
This right here.
Oh.
You
Talk
keep
about it, gentlemen.
You
Go on,
keep
Dan.
Brie Bella looking like this because it is the hottest, sexiest thing I've ever seen her in ever.
I mean, you know what?
Good God.
She wears tight clothes as is, but the fact that her shorts were shorter than AJ,
She's taller than AJ.
I don't care. I don't care.
Worked really well.
If she's shorter or taller or wider, God. Oh.
Walk me through the match.
I couldn't
Were
tell
you guys
you.
watching?
I don't know. I wasn't watching the match.
All right, I'll walk you guys through the match.
The match itself wasn't
There was a
very
match?
entertaining.
It was fucking terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't very entertaining at all.
We just got excited for another reason.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, don't get me wrong, she did look good, and I prefer AJ.
Well, AJ even said she looked better than she does
She
in
did.
her own clothes.
The champ was on the mic, commentating with the King and who else is there?
JBL and Cole?
Yeah, sure, them. They rebuilt the announce table. That was more the thing I was shocked about out of that match. I was like, how'd they do that?
How you doing?
They glued it back together. That's
Like-
all.
Oh, you got super glue. I think this match was just to carry on this feud that's going to happen between Brie and Nikki. And Brie actually won.
Yeah.
And
Did she?
By what?
Yeah.
The schoolboy.
Yep, Schoolboy, classic, love it. Moving on, I don't give a shit anymore about that. The Usos and Los Matadors versus Goldust, Stardust, The Miz, and Damien Mizdow.
Lame.
I didn't watch it.
You did yourself a favor.
This was my, I want to go to the bathroom, maybe make a little breakfast.
Yeah, we've been talking the other 2 weeks about the tag team division, how bad it is, and this match to me just proved everything we were talking about.
I honestly think this is going to be the worst match on the card.
Yes.
I'd rather watch 3 Divas matches instead of this match.
I agree.
It's done.
It just can't. It was brought upon about out of nowhere, and not for the good reasons. I mean, the fact that it's there. I mean, like you said, what else you gonna fill it with? There's really no one else out there that you could put on the card as of right now that we could think of that has a storyline going. So let's just add another Divas match to fill in the spot. Why not?
I think the biggest takeaway from this match was how over Mizdow is in the crowd.
Yeah, it's insane.
It is ridiculous. I feel like the WWE is just tossing these guys. Like, we'll have a fatal 4-way.
They don't have a choice. It's the only
Tag
4
match.
tag teams they have. That's it.
Which you said you wanted to see. You said you wanted a Fatal 4
No,
tag
I said
match.
that's what's gonna happen. I didn't say I wanted to see it. I hate this tag team division. Like, this is the worst time for tag teams in, I feel like, the history of the WWE.
And I kind of feel bad for Bradshaw, personally. Because he's got to call these tag team matches, and he's got to be sitting there in his own head going, you know, my heyday, we
We were running things.
We would have run circles around these guys. I mean, you had the Acolytes, you had the Dudley Boys, you had the Hardys, Edge and Christian. I mean, it was just an amazing tag team.
It was nuts.
era.
Like we said on the podcast, I don't know if it was the last one or the first one, but there's 4 teams in our generation, there's 4 teams in this generation, and our generation, just no matter how many times you put them against each other, were great every single time.
Well, it was also, you had more variety back then. I mean, even like the teams I just mentioned, you still had the New Age Outlaws. I mean, I didn't even mention them.
Yeah, the
They
New
were
Age Outlaws,
top.
you had the APA,
Yeah.
you had
Edge and Christian, Hardy Boys, Dudley
X-Pac
Boys.
and Albert.
Yes.
You had Test and Albert.
You had Undertaker and Kane.
Yeah.
Undertaker Kane. Like,
There was a million tag teams to go through.
There's
You had the
4.
Rock and Sock Connection at one point.
Yep.
I mean, this is just insane. And
Hell, we even had a right to censor.
I would have taken them over
Will
any
Buchanan,
of these.
baby.
I agree.
I would have
Stevie
taken
Richards.
I would have taken any of those against what we have now. I would have taken the worst of it. I would have liked to seen X-Pac and Kane. I'm going old school on X-Pac and Kane again compared to what we have now.
I'd rather see Takamichi Noko and Funaki.
Oh,
That's who I'd rather see.
Indeed.
That's who I'd rather see wrestle than these 4 guys.
They were even a good tag team.
Yeah.
They were phenomenal.
They were squash matches, but they were good.
Yeah. Mizdow, Goldust, and Stardust win pinfall. I don't care anymore. So we go on to the Authority Cena contract signing. Jesus. Team Authority comes out saying how there's no one left on Team Cena except for John Cena. Cue John Cena. Actually, let's talk about Triple H during that promo. Danny? Go ahead.
I was going to say, before we get to that, H's performance, my God, did that actually seem genuine? That seemed legitimately genuine to me, that he was just like, we can't lose. We're so afraid of losing. That's what it felt like to me. I'm like, this guy legitimately is afraid of losing his job at this point. So I was like, all right, I can viably see this being for him, like, I have to do this. I have to win. That's why I still think he's going to get involved.
Yeah, I definitely see him getting involved, but he was phenomenal.
He was
on the
very good
on the
on the
mic.
John Cena actually was not bad on the mic either.
John Cena was actually pretty entertaining on the mic,
tonight. For once ever, I have to say I liked it.
but it was very centered around cheap humor.
Yes,
It was.
Of course.
My
Let's talk
favorite
about
part
the
was
Drew Carey.
when he took the steel chair and he was sitting on it, and you see Triple H like falling asleep on the turnbuckle,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, your narcolepsy kicked in. When you open your eyes, you'll realize it." Like, it was just things like that that was like, "Wow, this
the
is."
Drew Carey comment to Kane.
To Kane, that was
come on.
hilarious.
Did you think this was like completely scripted by them, or do you think this was like a sort of pipe bomb
I could see it being
kind of thing?
I could
by
see it being
Cena?
like
Little
loosely scripted, but like improv it. Do what you got to do.
So,
Because I feel like Cena is like decently good at improving, and like he just makes shit up as he goes.
The only reason I say pipe bomb is because like he went down the list. He was like, "You guys are gonna come down, sit by the ring. Then first, what's his face is gonna lose first.
Corporate King,
Corporate
Drew
Kane's
Carey.
gonna lose first. Then it's gonna be Harper to go. Then at that point, Rusev's gonna lose, and that's when you guys start freaking out." And then it's gonna be Henry, and then finally Rollins.
yeah, we went back to the sexual chocolate comment.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I have no problem feeding you sexual chocolate. My favorite line he said that.
Yep.
the
The
whole
fact
night.
that he thought that Henry was gonna make it that far in the match is.
I think he will though. I can
I
see him
don't know.
going.
I
I
don't
can
see
see him
him
going
taking him
along.
early either, though. Or they're going to keep their freshman in kind of deal. I see him going a little bit.
What if it actually is that way? What if the match actually goes
Spoiler
that way?
alert!
No, then he comes up the next Monday and says, I told you. Listen, I called it out. It's Babe Ruth picking his home run.
That's why I said. Do you feel like it's a pipe bomb, or do you feel like it was scripted and he was supposed to say?
I feel like it's maybe a mixture of both.
Yeah.
I could see it being both. I could see it just being straight up. Cena just talked.
How much balls did it take though for him to get in that ring by himself and challenge everyone right there?
Well, he got into that ring and pushed the table aside, took off his shirt, threw it, was ready to fight.
After he got slapped.
Oh yeah, sorry. After he got slapped.
But I also like that he did. What happened was he told Triple H and Steph that after Survivor Series, even you guys lose, you guys are gonna be paying for. You're also gonna be you're cleaning toilets and you're gonna be paying for a ticket. The next time I see you, paying for a ticket. You own the company. You ain't paying for no ticket. I'm sorry, but like that just got to me. I'm like paying for a ticket.
Part of the story.
Yes, it's
it. The kids don't know.
It's just like saying,
all right.
Sorry.
So Cena's standing in the ring, ready to take on all 8 people that are in the ring. Right?
Yeah, you have the 5, the Jane,
and Triple H.
6, 7, yep.
So he's standing there. The Big Show's music hits. Or
No, Ziggler came up first. Coming down, holding his neck. You know, he's hurt.
Ready to fight though. He's there. He's down. Then the Big Show.
Nope.
And then they're like, "You only got 3." Someone's music. What the fuck? Who's Eric Rowan comes out?
The bearded baby.
The bearded baby.
Big booty.
Booty Rowan. He is on Team Cena.
No clue how they figured that one out or put that one.
I was reading earlier on in the day. I was telling Matt earlier that the only reason why he's going up against them is because when Bray Wyatt took in Rowan and Harper was like this demonic guy who liked to hurt people, this and that, and Wyatt was there to help him. And Rowan was like abandoned by his parents, this and that. He had no one to take care of him, so Wyatt took him. And they were against the man. Now, Luke Harper joined the quote-unquote man. And now Rowan is pissed because of that. Like, you just joined what we were brought up to be against. Like, and I thought that was like, that's pretty good, but does WWE Creative think this?
I was gonna say, okay, but at what point did anyone in the story tell us that?
Yes.
When in any context were we supposed to be like, okay, why is he?
Come on, when he grabbed the stuffed Grumpy Cat, you didn't get that?
No.
Okay, all right.
I honestly, when I saw him come down, just like, and this fits how? Where did you come from?
But don't get me wrong, I was kind of like, all right, I can dig it. Like, we have a guy who's, like, wasn't expected to be anywhere near this main event, and now he's in it. And just the way that he was like, yeah, let's do this. I'm ready to fight. And
or is he going to screw him over? Let's wonder that later on. But,
I don't...
Is it going to be he's going to join Luke Harper?
The reason why I kind of, question now that you said that is because they're going to have the Luke Harper versus Ziggler feud going. So where does Eric Rowan come in after Survivor Series?
Unless you don't feud Ziggler with Harper and you just make him go for the heavyweight title.
Unless they make a wacky tag team in Eric Rowan and Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
So they're still counted. There's only 4 of you and there's 5 of us, this and that. And then Cesaro's music hits. And the place goes nuts. He gets into the ring and he has his fists up and he's like, all right, Cena, let's do this. We're going to take down the Authority. And then turns around and goes, JK, bro. I'm with them. And then you find out later on because he tweets that he's quote-unquote neutral. Hashtag neutral.
The Authority had a good laugh. Come on, they planned it all out. They were laughing with it. They knew it was coming. It was all a big joke, and they're still 4-5, so.
And then you hear the 3 magical words that everybody loves.
Feed me more.
I love the big guy. He's great. Comes out. Everyone's like, well, what is he going to do? Is he going to be Team Cena? He has to be Team Cena now because there's only 4 of them and 5 are Team Authority. What is going to... He starts beating the crap out of people. Straight to Team Authority, and now we have the 5th and final member of Team Cena.
And they cleared house, so...
And they wrecked, which Matt was saying earlier that
predominantly
is foreshadowing
Predominantly, whenever a team wins or a person wins on Raw, right before pay-per-view, they usually don't make it out of that pay-per-view with the W.
It's true.
9 out of 10 times, it always happens.
It is the WWE where everything. Which brings us to our Survivor Series predictions. We'll start off with the Divas Survivor Series 4-way tag team match thing. Alicia Fox, Natalia, Naomi, Emma up against Paige, Cameron, Summer Rae, and Layla. No one really gives a crap about this match, so we'll call it Team A, Team B. Who do you guys think is going to win?
Whichever one Paige is on, I
Yeah.
guess.
You going to go with that?
Yeah.
It's that simple. Next.
That's A or B.
So we're going to go Team Paige?
Yeah, Team Paige.
So
It's Paige and Divas versus Divas. That's,
you guys are all going Paige?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Team Alicia Fox, just because I like to spice things up a bit. And if you guys are all wrong, I already have the advantage of winning.
Cheating bastard.
I'm not cheating, it's just the way of the game. All right? We'll move on to the Divas Championship, AJ Lee versus Nikki Bella. Ben?
You know what? It's a hard one to call. Usually you pick the champion over someone who doesn't really have a title shot in a while. However, you are throwing the stipulation into it. So now whether she wins it and loses it next night or she, just loses in general, I'm going to call she loses. I think Brie is going to get involved, and I think it's going to be an accident that causes her to lose. Whether it be, a slip up or whatever, it's just going to be an accident. It's going to cost her the title, and AJ retains.
Danny?
Personally, I think it's going to be AJ loses the title due to interference by Brie Bella, and it's going to be that pretty plain and simple. And then I'm going to be very upset because I don't want AJ to lose, but they're trying to push the Brie Bella Nikki Bella feud, and there's no one else to really wrestle AJ, so they might just push her out of the way, which is kind of upsetting.
Matt?
I'm going to have to go with Danny. Unfortunately, I think that it's going to be Nikki winning. I don't want to see it because it's going to be boring as hell for me, but yeah, I see the interference being that because she has to. If she doesn't interfere when she's told to, she's fired. So
All right.
I'm gonna have to
I
go with that.
am actually going to agree with you guys and go with Nikki Bella. Only because I could see at TLC, maybe I said this last week, maybe a triple threat match between Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, and AJ for the title. I've always said that AJ works better as a heel. Mm-hmm. So maybe they bring her back as a heel. They turn her into a heel. They do a heel turn on Monday, whatever. I just see Nikki taking it, and we'll see what happens after that. We'll move on to the most hatred match of the entire fucking card, which is the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match with the Goldust, Stardust, the Usos, Miz Dow, and Los Matadors. Who do you think's gonna win, Vin?
I really don't see anyone else winning besides Golden Stardust. I mean, if they're really gonna push Miz and Mizdow to be champion, I don't know. I mean, they've pushed more of them almost turning on each other. At least one pay-per-view than them as friends. I mean, it's just Mizdow is just on his own. I feel like he's doing his own thing every single match they're in. I mean, if Los Matadors win, I might actually stop watching WWE. And the Usos, it's just...
I mean, you can just do what I do and just not watch tag team matches.
well, that's a lot of people do nowadays.
Make yourself a burger.
I just... I don't really see Stardust and Goldust losing. I really don't see them losing in this type of match.
Danny?
I'm going to go with Los Matadores.
Ooh!
Is that the Spanish coming out of you?
What a bold move!
No,
Let's see if it pays off, Cotton.
Here's the reason why. Because Miz and Mizdow are going to be too busy fighting each other in the ring. No one cares about the Usos. And
Come on, they're Uso crazy.
I think it might be time to take the titles away from Golden Stardust.
Well, they've only had it, 2 months?
Yeah, even still, though, but, who else have they versed? At least if they give it to Los Matadores, at least you'll be like, oh, well, at least someone else is new now. I think give them a shot.
Okay.
Do I realistically think they're going to win? No. But my prediction is
I'll buy you a 6-pack if they win.
I will go to Taco Bell, get a nice 12-pack of tacos, and when we record next week, we'll have a fiesta. Matt, what do you think?
I see Golden Stardust winning it. If they don't, I'd probably predict that...
Gun to your head, you have to pick one team.
It's going to be the Golden Stardust. I don't see anyone else doing it. I would like to see Miz and Mizdow do it and then break up later, but it's not going to happen.
See, this is the only reason why this is... I thought we were all going to pick different tag teams, but you and Matt and Vin decided to go with Golden Stars. I'm going to go with the Miz and Mizdow. I think they're going to win the championship. Vin was saying earlier before that, they're fighting each other, this and that. They're at wits with each other. And I just think that it will add to a good storyline that they'll eventually lose the titles, and then they'll feud with each other because one's jealous of the other one, because obviously Mizdow is getting the bigger pop than the Miz. And
I like how no one picked the Usos, the former champs.
I'm sick of the Usos.
They've held it long enough. They have literally held it too long for me.
And not only that, but even JBL made me laugh hysterically when he said, they're a team that actually have to say their name 5 times in the match by saying, ooh, so, before they do anything else.
It's very true. We'll move on to the Bray Wyatt match versus Dean Ambrose. Vin, what do you think on this one?
I like this. I really do. I'm excited for this. I do see Bray Wyatt winning. I mean, for Dean Ambrose to win this match, it would be his first big win on a pay-per-view in a while. Considering he has lost the last 2. It's just the fact that Bray Wyatt, every time he wins a match, they somehow just continue a storyline off of it. I mean, I really don't remember the last time Bray Wyatt lost a big match. I mean, yeah, Cena, but after the Cena match he lost, they killed him off for a few months.
Didn't he feud with Jericho right after that, though? And he beat Jericho. Jericho beat him as well, 1 out of the 2, I believe, right?
They faced each other at 2 pay-per-views.
And then 1 on Raw.
They went 1-on-1, and then they faced each other on Raw in a steel cage match.
Yeah, that's when Jericho hurt his knee. Tweaked his knee jumping off the top of it when he looked around saying, oh, well, surrounded by the Wyatts, just jumping off. Yep. So, I mean, he does
lose.
lose.
Himself doing DDP yoga. Man!
I still see Wyatt winning.
It's me.
Danny?
Me, I think it's going to be Bray Wyatt. Because I think if you have Dean Ambrose win, it's just going to be like, well, he beat him.
Where do we go from here?
There goes all the words that Bray Wyatt was talking about. So if you're going to continue the feud, you have to have Bray Wyatt win.
That's where I agree with it. Like I said, when Bray Wyatt wins a match, they continue the storyline with it.
This is viably something they want to do. They have to have him win.
See, this is where I'm going to go with my prediction, and I'm going to disagree with you guys. Because even when he loses a match, he lost against Cena at one point, and he still was trying to get Cena to become the monster. Cena beat him without turning into the monster that he wanted to become.
Oh, you mean when he went to go use his steel chair and the ref was like, John, this isn't you! Yes. Don't do it!
Yeah. Yes. And yet, even after losing to Cena, he goes and beats him again. He beats him the next time. I honestly think that Ambrose, as much as I don't see it happening because he doesn't win pay-per-views, I think Ambrose is going to win, and it's just going to make Wyatt more focused on him. Because he's going to now come out and be like, oh, you have so much rage. Now I really have to save you and help you and save you from yourself. I see Ambrose winning this match and then creating a different story with it. I like continuing the story for at least 1 more month.
I'm going to say that Bray Wyatt's going to win. Only because that you got to keep the story going. I think if Wyatt wins, he could still say, I need to help you, Dean. I need to help you, Dean. You need me. I need you. And, he said it earlier on Monday night. He's like, I don't want to hurt you. Like, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to help you. This and that. So I'm going to go Bray Wyatt.
No one man standing on this one, huh?
That was the last match.
Yeah. No, No, you weren't. You and Matt picked Golden Stardust.
I'm sorry, the match before that. I picked AJ.
You did.
I picked AJ, and everyone else went.
All right, yeah, I read that long. You picked AJ. We'll move on to the main event of the night: Team Cena versus Team Authority. I haven't been this excited about a match since the Shield versus Evolution at Extreme Rules, which we were at. Fantastic match. I just hope this match could top that one. I don't know how, but I have a feeling this match might. Vin, who do you think is going to win this?
I'm
And
picking
why?
I'm picking Authority. I mean, the reason why it's pretty simple. There's no hints of any backup to the plan of Authority losing. I mean, if Cena wins, good for him. But there's no any relevant backup or any hints besides maybe Vince popping up 2 weeks ago to Team Authority losing. There's really no relevance to it. I mean, there's no storyline with it. There's nowhere to go with it. So that's why I'm picking Team Authority.
All right, Danny?
I hate John Cena. Hate him. I hope he retires. That's why I'm picking him to win the match.
That makes very good sense.
Retires, become the GM.
Honestly, I really think that that Team Cena is going to take it solely because John Cena just doesn't lose. He doesn't lose. He really doesn't. And I think that there might be some interference by certain other people during the match. Like my prediction is it's either going to be Roman Reigns or Randy Orton to come out and interfere at some point in the match to either make one of the Authority members be eliminated or have the last person in there lose, and that's how Team Cena wins.
Okay. Matt?
I'm going to have to agree with Vinny on this one. I think Team Authority is going to win. Just like Vinny said, there's no game plan. I don't want to see the Authority lose only for the fact of who's running the show. I do not want to go back to the days of the GMs. You know what I mean? I don't want to have week to week who's going to be in charge.
But Pee Wee Herman was great.
Pee Wee Herman was great. You know
Bob
what I mean?
Barker.
Bob Barker, but we also had a computer running the show for a little while. You know?
Yeah, that happened.
You
I
know?
received an email from the anonymous general manager.
I don't want to see this happen again. So, and even Jerry the King Lawler said it on Monday. There has been what happens if the Authority lose? Who's in charge? There's no clue on who will be running the show, and Vince is too old to be doing it full time. I mean, I just don't see him doing it anymore. So I'm going with Team Authority winning the match.
All right. I'm going to go with the long shot here. I mean, it's really tough because this is the first time in a really long time that I don't know how a main event is going to go. The last main event that I was swerved by was the Brock Lesnar Undertaker match where, the streak
Was that a shot at WWE Creative?
Maybe.
That wasn't a shot. It wasn't their
Has
choice.
this whole podcast been a shot at the WWE Creative? I believe so.
That wasn't their choice. That was Lesnar. That was Undertaker's choice.
I'm going to go with Team Cena, only because I like to see things get shaken up a bit. The Authority has been here for about a year and a half. It's about time to, get a new face in there. Maybe, like a Brad Maddox. I know.
Really?
No.
That's what you go for,
No.
Brad
You
Maddox.
go with Brad Maddox,
No.
only because I really... Granted, I only really got back into wrestling about 2 years ago, but that's when he was the GM.
He wears a
And
sweater.
He's a damn good guy.
He wears a
right?
vest.
I'm sorry. You're right. It was the best.
So I'll go with Cena. So we're moving on to a new segment that I thought was a good idea at the beginning of the week. We're going to pick a superstar of the week. And we're going to, go through that entire Superstars catalog and decide what we think is their best match. And the Superstar of the week this week, me and Matt decided is going to be HBK, Shawn Michaels.
Showstopper.
He's a legend.
Mr. WrestleMania.
That's right.
So many firsts for the man. Whether it be the first Elimination Chamber, Iron Man match, this, that, Hell in a Cell. So we're going to start with Matt. What's your all-time favorite? What you think his best match is?
For me, this is easy because it's also my favorite match of all time, period. It's the very first ladder match versus Razor Ramon. First time ever done. No one's ever seen a ladder match. These two did things. I mean, yeah, we've seen crazier things done in the future of it. But, at the time, this is 1994, WrestleMania 10, I believe. Could be mistaken on the exact number, but I believe it is 10. And, these guys just destroyed themselves. And it was for who was the true IC champion, because there was a dispute. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Razor Ramon was the champion, and Shawn Michaels says he was the champion. So they had two belts hanging from there, and they get it. So I have to go with that one. So
All right, that's a great one. Vin, what do you think?
You know what? I'm gonna go back in the day as well. I'm gonna go back to the first time that Shawn Michaels won the WWF Championship against Bret Hart in the Iron Man match, because that was his first WWF Championship win. That match, to this day, is still remembered as one of the greatest matches to be put on of all time. I mean, the fact that they went 60 minutes, had a tie for Bret Hart to retain the championship, get called back into the ring for Shawn Michaels to win, and I mean, it's classic. It doesn't get any more classic than that.
Danny?
Me personally, I think the Shawn Michaels versus Triple H versus Chris Benoit at Backlash in 2004, I thought, in my opinion, was my favorite match, just because the WrestleMania before it, those three put on one hell of a show. It was just an amazing match. And then the rematch at Backlash, incredible. Incredible.
Great
And
superstars.
I felt that the WrestleMania match didn't really showcase HBK that much. Felt like he was in the match but not really there. But the Backlash match, like, you knew Shawn Michaels was in that match, and it was just one great match. I loved it. That's my personal
It's a great
favorite
match. For me, I'm gonna pick HBK's street fight against Shawn Michaels against Triple H in 2002 at Nassau Coliseum. Fantastic match. It was HBK's first match back since WrestleMania 14. 4 years. 2002. That's when that match was. I think everything that led up to this match was fantastic. The way this match ended, everything in between, busting people open left and right, going through tables, sweet chins with the steel chair to their face. The only thing that bugged me about this match, it ended on a roll-up. But even at the end, just seeing Triple H strike Michaels with the sledgehammer at the end twice in the back, like, Triple H wanted to see him in a wheelchair, and I just love JR on the mic, I love King on the mic, and just seeing Shawn Michaels be carried away on a stretcher at the end, I think was just a phenomenal match. After winning, going through hell, this and that, it was great. So that's that. And if you guys have any suggestions for a superstar we should pick, let us know. Write on the Twitter, comment on Facebook, YouTube. Stuttering over here, too many beers. And let us know. This was a great episode. You can follow us on Facebook at Under the Ring Radio or on Twitter at Under the Ring 1. Why the 1? Because we're the only one. And thank you, Chuckeemadness, for writing our very first ever theme song. Be good.